What up, what up, what up? Back at it once again.
Once again.
We're going to run this down real quick. We got AB drama. What else is fucking new?
What else is new?
All right. Raiders, Hard Knocks, week 1. That shit was off the hook. You need to look at it. It's on
good.
YouTube.
It was pretty good.
All right. Preseason. We got the kickoffs going. We're going to go into our Redskins, our Giants, give a little recap of what we felt, what we saw, and how we felt about it. And basically, Rich Paul bullshit rule handed out by the NCAA.
No. The new adapted rule. It's not the Rich Paul
It's
rule.
the fucking Rich Paul
It's the
rule.
fucking Rich Paul
Okay.
rule.
All right. We're gonna give it to the NCAA. Mets. We're actually gonna talk positively about the Mets. And we're gonna wrap it up.
Who would have thunk it?
No zeros this week for my man. I'm kind of like, impartial this week, but he got a couple of heroes, and it's about that time to hit the motherfucking intro. Welcome back, guys. As always, he's Dave.
He's Dave.
Once again, it's time for another Sports Rant.
Let's do it.
All right. Drama in the land of the Raiders. Antonio Brown, bitch diva that he is. First, it was the frostbite on his feet.
Yes.
Is it frostbite?
That's what they say. It looks like trench foot to me, but it could be frostbite. Whatever it was.
Please tell me what trench foot is.
It's when you have too much moisture on your feet and you're not taking care of your feet, and you develop, not scabs, but what do you call it? Blisters.
Yeah.
And your feet start peeling. It's kind of like, trench mouth. If anybody's ever a kid and knows anything about trench mouth, it's basically you're not taking care of your feet.
Right. Now, here's the issue I got with it. Trench feet, frostbite. All right, let's just say it's frostbite. Let's give him the benefit of the fucking doubt.
Yes.
He got the frostbite because he wasn't wearing the proper protective footwear when he entered the cryo chamber. But this motherfucker thinks he's Austin Powers or fucking Demolition Man. What the fuck? It's not even part of your training camp regimen. You was doing this on your own.
I refuse to believe that the people where you were doing this cryo treatment at, that they didn't tell you that you had to put on socks. Why wouldn't you think that why wouldn't you wear socks in a public setting like that? That makes no sense.
That's like going into a tanning salon and not wearing the fucking shit to protect your eyes.
Totally irresponsible. And now you're getting paid all this money to stand on the sidelines. But not only that, only the foot thing.
He's not standing on the sideline right now.
No.
He picked up his shit and went home because why?
Because he has an issue with the helmet. All right?
First of all, did by any chance you have this shit? The NFL has basically banned any helmet that they deem to be not safe. Okay? Now,
rightfully so.
Now, it's debatable on how much any new helmet is actually going to protect you when it comes to CTE or concussions or anything like that. But that's not the argument here. The argument here is he still wants to use his old fucking helmet.
His 10-year-old helmet.
10.
It no longer passes the standards of the NOCSAE. That is what you have to have. You have to have a standardized helmet. It's the policy of the NFL. Why? Because they don't want to get sued later on in life when you say, oh, well, I wore this helmet. You let me wear this helmet for 10 years, and now I have CTE and concussions. Post-concussion syndrome.
There you go. So does he change the helmet? Does he say, let me compromise, let me maybe get a helmet that's closer to this model but within safety regulations? No. What does Antonio Brown do? Antonio Brown does an Antonio Brown ass backwards move. He threatens to retire.
He tells the Raiders, who traded for him, mind you, they risked it all and traded for you.
Mm-hmm.
He tells them, I'm not playing football no more. That's like being the kid at the park who lost, and now you're gonna take your ball. It's the only ball there, and take your ass home.
Yeah. I'm playing tag, but everyone else is faster than me, so I'm going home. Are you fucking 5?
He's a diva wide receiver, and like all divas, don't get me wrong, Antonio Brown is the best wide receiver in football. That's indisputable. You can't argue that. You could argue it, but it's a dumb argument. He's the greatest right now. But he comes with baggage, and I keep trying to explain this to people. I wouldn't give him 2 red cents. Get the fuck up out of here. You're not worth the headache.
Nope.
And you're basically you're a loser. You're a loser. Mm-hmm. You're sitting there complaining at one place. You're getting all the balls in the world thrown to you. You're complaining in one place. Then you get to the other place, and before you even get a ball thrown to you, you start complaining and whining and being a fucking half a sissy.
I'll tell you what. If you're not happy, you weren't happy in Pittsburgh. You weren't happy now that you won't be allowed to use your helmet, so you ain't gonna play for the Raiders now. You're gonna forfeit all that cash. So I guess your only choice is the CFL or Vince McMahon's XFL, which means you're gonna make pennies on the dollar compared to the contract you're gonna get you're gonna give up here.
We learned that in Hard Knocks. You get $800 a week. Now, what are you gonna do with that? You, Antonio Brown, have an issue, man. It's a I need to have my way all the time issue.
Mm-hmm.
What are you teaching your children? You have beautiful kids. I saw them on Hard Knocks. Beautiful children. You gonna teach them how to be half a sissies? It's insane, man. I understand, having a legit gripe about things, like if something isn't fair, like the whole kneeling situation.
Right.
That's a legit gripe. Come on, son. Either A, your helmet is magical, and that's why you're so good.
Mm-hmm.
That's the only reason I can think of. Like you made a deal with the devil and you have to wear this helmet the entire time. That's the only thing I could think of.
Regardless of why he feels he can only use this helmet, he's only hurting himself. He's going to destroy his own career. And guess what? Let's not even touch on the helmet. Let's get back on the frostbite issue. Okay? You don't have to be a fucking medical whiz to be in medicine to understand this shit. You get frostbite bad enough, they can amputate. So if this had been even worse than it already is, and if you look at the fucking picture, I'm going to throw up a picture of his feet right now. Look at them fucking feet, all right? And that's now.
It's grotesque.
Okay? Now imagine how they looked before. Now what if this happened to be a little bit worse, and they said, well, we got to amputate. Even if it was just a couple of toes. Well, you can't fucking run without the toes. The toes are for fucking balance. So now, what's going to happen? Oh, my son's going to be walking around. My dad's Antonio Brown. He was in the NFL. Oh, your father's a dumb motherfucker who went in the cryo chamber and lost his fucking toes.
You mean Tonio no feet? That idiot. Antonio Brown, do better, man. Do better.
It's going to be Antonio Clown.
Yes. You know what? I think that's the new name.
That's the new name.
That's the new name.
Okay.
Antonio Clown.
Well, sticking on the Raiders, Hard Knocks, week 1.
Pretty good.
I was mighty impressed. And not for nothing, I've been a huge critic of Jay Gruden. I was feeling Jay Gruden through this whole thing. Because he was telling a lot of these cats, especially these guys that are used to coasting, and he ain't trying to hear it. Okay? Reminding them what NFL stands for, not for long.
Who's one of these idiots that was used to coasting?
Oh.
Is his name Ronald Ollie?
Defensive tackle Ronald Ollie, formerly of the Netflix series Last Chance U. If you haven't seen it, please go see it just so you can see what kind of moron Ronald Ollie was in that regard. Now you get a chance as an undrafted rookie.
Undrafted!
Okay? Which, how many motherfuckers get that chance and actually make it? Now, fuck starting. Just make the 53-man squad. Okay? You want to take this fucking chance, and what'd you do? You flushed it down the motherfucking toilet.
I don't want this.
Okay? Then why the fuck did you even bother? Why'd you bother?
You already knew he was an issue because you was on Last Chance U. You already know you have a problem. You have a problem. I knew he was going to get cut in 2 instances.
Yeah.
When I saw him wearing the gold teeth, I said, oh, this guy's not focused. Then I was watching the Last Chance U clip, and the coach had him doing a spinning, what was it,
From
rolling
end zone to
from
end
end zone to end zone. I'm like, what did he do to deserve this? But he must have did something, okay? Then he goes and says, my Achilles hurt. I have never heard that in my life. My Achilles, and walks off.
Please go watch it if you haven't watched it, okay? You know this dude's going to get cut. You don't even have to watch our thing to know that he get cut. Just watch it. Erase what we talking about. Go watch it, and just his attitude, the way he's carrying himself on the field, the way that the coaches need to keep reminding him how many steps he needs to take in order to reach the quarterback, in order to be effective, to be a threat, to break up a play or get a sack. And he's not doing it.
Every time the coach tried to correct him, he had an excuse as to the reason why. Nobody asked you to talk. Just do what the fuck you're getting told to do.
You know, my man got so frustrated, like D said, oh, my Achilles hurt. First of all, if your Achilles hurt, you can't walk. This man just walked off the field on his own power. Okay?
It couldn't hurt that bad.
Let me tell you something. I've never ruptured, but I've had pain in my Achilles heel. And you know what? I limped badly.
You have no choice. That's what keeps you from not limping.
Thank you.
It was insane. Then the guy tells him. Then the guy says, you got to do right. You got to go to the trainers. You know what this idiot said? Nobody told me I had to go to the trainer. You know why nobody told you? Because nothing was wrong with your fucking Achilles.
Thank you.
You were getting tired of yelled at. You were getting tired of being yelled at. You was getting tired of being coached. And you decided to bitch up and say something hurt with your leg.
Yep.
He didn't go to the trainer right after that. As far as from what I looked at,
yeah.
Unbelievable. You ruined. Now you got cut. And now what?
You know what it looked like to me? It looked like he was just trying to do enough to make the 53-man squad and be content with being a third stringer.
As an undrafted free agent, you have to go above and beyond. You can't afford to take any plays
There
off.
are guys that get drafted. It doesn't matter 1 through 7, hardly first rounders, but there are guys that get drafted every year. They get cut.
They get cut, idiot. It's like you never watched football before.
Thank you.
It's like I've never seen football before.
I don't get it. Now, for me, notable rookie of the 3 first rounders that the Raiders had this year, Jonathan Abram.
Let's talk about Jonathan Abram.
Jonathan Abram, you could tell this kid got a chip on his shoulder, but it could be bad for him in the end of the day. My man is being told from the very get-go, we're not in pads, you're not hitting anybody, you're not knocking anyone over, this is your teammate. But what does he do? He starts knocking motherfuckers over, like they're in full pads, like this is the goddamn Super Bowl. And he's sitting there joking, and he actually tells John Gruden to his face, hey, you can't cut me. You want to be the first rounder to get cut?
Don't be the example.
Okay?
Don't be the example.
And I love how Derek
Carr
Carr took everybody out to dinner, okay? And what's he pointing out? He pointing out that Derek Carr is Mr. $120 million man. I'm going to order everything on this menu. Really?
Yeah, he's a bit of an asshole.
He is.
He's a bit, but you know what? You know what? I like his aggression.
I do.
That's what's required in football.
He just needs to check them out when it comes to at least the coaches.
You got to be easy. You got to be easy when you're talking to your head coach. This is your
new.
boss.
You're still new.
This is your boss, Jonathan Abram. Now I watch Mississippi State football.
Yes.
He's nice.
He is.
He's nasty.
He is.
Nice safety. Pretty good. Alpha male. That's what you need playing football.
He's going to be huge for them in the secondary.
Yes, he is. You got to be an alpha male. He's an alpha male. You're a little loud in the mouth, whatever, but he's an aggressive guy. Yeah, he's a millennial dude. Just keep doing everything you're doing. Just relax when you're talking to Coach Jay Gruden. You shouldn't be arguing back and forth with your head coach. That's stupid.
If he says save the hits for Sunday,
yeah, it ain't like he's telling you something wrong. He's telling you something right. Just say, yeah, all right, I got you, and that's it. Don't be an asshole. But anything else, I like Jonathan Abram.
Yeah.
I love the aggression, man.
I do.
He can't wait to put the pads on so I can lay into somebody.
Yep.
And you're a free safety saying that.
Yeah. It's unfortunate, though, that Oakland's only going to get 1 year of him. Because they're going to Vegas.
They're going to Vegas, yes. They're going to Vegas. Which, they mentioned it twice.
Yeah.
They're fucking, what you call it.
All right, so Giants and Redskins also had their first preseason game
Yeah,
last night.
They did.
All right. You want to get the Redskins out?
I will, because I didn't watch the game because it wasn't on, so I have to watch it. I recorded it today at 4 o'clock.
You need to jailbreak your Fire Stick.
Yeah, I did. Yeah.
All right. Okay.
All right. But yesterday was also a drinking day for me, so whatever.
Okay.
It was what it was. I wasn't going to watch it anyway.
Okay.
But I did catch the highlights, and I've been listening to the coverage all day today. Dwayne Haskins, that's really why I was watching. Why I would have watched it anyway.
Right.
Went 8 for 14, 117 yards, a pick 6, and another pick. 2 sacks. One of these sacks was caused by somebody who I can't wait is off the squad. This guy named Samaje Perine. I'm gonna get back to Dwayne Haskins in a second.
Wait. You mean James backwards?
Yeah.
Okay.
You know what? I didn't even notice that, yo. It's crazy. And that's probably how they got that dumbass name. But anyhow, Samaje Perine, we drafted a couple of years ago. He was he was famous for picking up a car. That's how strong this guy is.
Yeah.
He's a running back. I constantly see Samaje Perine being tackled with one hand, not pushing the pile, fumbling the ball. Get off the team. Yesterday, he was a defensive lineman got loose and came over to sack Dwayne Haskins. This is how Samaje Perine blocked him. That effort, that exact same effort. Now I just told you this dude squats like 900 pounds. All right, he lifted a car. Okay, he's the strongest person on the team by weight. Why aren't you laying it into this guy? If you have to watch film of Clinton Portis taking out blitzing linebackers, then watch it. He's the best I've ever seen do it. What is wrong with you, Samaje Perine? Anyway, getting back to Dwayne Haskins, he didn't have a great game from what I saw. I did see a couple of throws of his that were
nice.
That it let you know how strong his arm is. I'm not gonna shit on him right now. He played like a rookie.
It's too early.
It's too early. You only played 1 year college football. I'm not gonna get mad at you, man.
Right.
I'm gonna keep rooting for you, Dwayne. Keep doing your thing. We got blown out, by the way, by the Cleveland Browns. All right, blown out.
All right.
Go ahead.
So, New York Giant time. Anyone who was watching saw that the Giant-Jet preseason game got interrupted by a lightning storm.
Yes.
Okay, granted, gotta keep motherfuckers safe. I get it. But before the lightning storm struck, Daniel Jones had his first set in an NFL stadium in an NFL uniform. He went 5 for 5 for 67 yards and 1 touchdown.
That touchdown was beautiful, by the way.
It was.
Beautiful.
He threw it to the only place the receiver was able to get it.
Yes, with anticipation.
Yes.
And touch.
Never panicked. The revamped offensive line, at least for now, seems to be holding up. I'm not going to get overly zealous over this because it was 1 series, but 5 for 5 is pretty good.
Yeah. You can do bad or you can do well.
Yes.
He did well.
I was also thoroughly impressed with the journeyman, Alex Taney. He's on his 8th team in 7 years. But he went 14 for 19 for 190 yards and 1 touchdown. So, regardless of what happens with Eli, success, failure this year, retires at the end, it's quite possible. It's early, but it's quite possible that the Giants will be okay at quarterback. Time will tell. Other than that, defense still needs some work. But again, 1 preseason game,
The first preseason
too early
game.
to judge.
All you're looking at is to see who else you have. What backups you have.
I will say this, though. We beat the Jets.
Yeah. Well, at least we don't have to wait to week 3 for that shit.
Yeah, exactly. Now, get back on the Browns. Now, I know this is going to dip into your heroes and zeros later.
No. We can talk about it right now. We can talk about it right now.
The Browns. Damon Sheehy Giuseppe. Yes, Giuseppe.
Yes.
Had a punt return for 86 yards and a touchdown.
Yes.
This is a great story. I hope he makes this squad. Okay? This man
Fantastic.
talked himself into tryouts. You want to talk about the walk-on of walk-ons? If anyone here saw the what was it, 1988 movie Major League, okay, where Wesley Snipes' character, aka what was it?
I forget his name.
Willie Mays Hayes.
Yeah, Willie Mays
just shows up at spring training. Okay?
It starts running.
It says, I'm going to hit like Hayes, I run like Mays, blah, 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 whatever he fucking said. And because he wasn't invited, they take him out the door while he's sleeping, on the cot. They wakes up the next day, they're doing running drills. He just goes in pajamas, blows everyone there.
Wakes
like,
up.
Get him a uniform.
Yep.
Okay? That is essentially...
Wesley Snipes, baby.
Yeah. That is essentially what happened with Sheehy Giuseppe.
Yeah, almost exactly what happened with him.
Just walked on live. He lied to get the tryout. Okay?
Not the only time he did it either. He did it in college.
But my man did it. And I was thoroughly impressed with what I saw on that run back.
It's a great story about never giving up.
Bingo.
It's awesome.
There you go.
About not taking no for an answer and just continuing to strive to do well. Did you see how his teammates were so happy for him at the whole team? I was surprised he didn't hurt himself. It was like 20 guys all on him, just going crazy. It was beautiful.
For a preseason game, you couldn't be more thrilled for the kid.
Even though it was against my team, I didn't care. It was just a very
respect to him.
It was just a very, very, very good thing to see, man. I was so happy for him.
Extremely.
Yeah, he did that.
All right. So we also had, even though it's preseason, there were no major injuries for either of our team.
Nah.
Okay. Couple of key things I saw last night. Apparently, there is an heir apparent in the Kelly family. And which Kelly am I referring to? I refer to Jim Kelly, former quarterback of the Buffalo Bills. His nephew is apparently a backup quarterback for the Indianapolis Colts. And
his nephew's an idiot.
He is.
His nephew's a moron.
But he did run for a touchdown.
Yeah. I don't know how he continues to get jobs. This is the same guy who walked into a stranger's house and was just sitting on their couch because he was drunk and high out of his mind.
Yeah.
I don't know how he still gets a job.
I don't.
He's talented. That's why.
He is.
And he has the complexion for the protection.
There you go. He beat me to it.
All right.
But the one thing I did like, you know what I liked? Is the fact that when they panned on Jim Kelly, he finally looks like he's healthy.
Does he?
With all the cancer problems he's had over the last few years, he finally looks like he's healthy.
I'm happy for him. Go ahead, Jim Kelly.
All right. So, the other thing I liked last night, we had our first big hit. And I'm talking hit! In the Baltimore Ravens, Jacksonville Jaguar game.
Yeah.
You had second-year linebacker for the Ravens, Kenny Young, sacked the shit out of the backup quarterback for Jacksonville, Gardner Minshew. However the fuck you pronounce his name.
Yeah, with the mustache.
Okay.
That's my guy from Washington State. He can play.
He could play, but
he got
in this
fucked up
one
yesterday.
particular instance, he bobbled the snap, and the helmet just came right the fuck off.
They said that guy is tied with Ray Lewis now for the most murders on the Baltimore Ravens.
My man looked dazed and confused after that.
He was fucked up after that. Welcome to the NFL,
baby. You're looking at the clip right below because I'm repeating that shit. That shit was funny. I'm sorry.
Welcome to the NFL, Gardner Minshew.
Welcome to the NFL.
Jeez.
The other thing I want to point out, back to the Jets and Giants, Adam Gase, the new head coach of the New York Jets. Right before the game,
sniffing coke.
He says he was taking a bump of smelling salts. Now, for those of you who may not know, smelling salts are only supposed to be used for motherfuckers who get knocked out. Okay?
Or who are dazed. Not if you're wide awake.
This man's wide awake, takes a bump, and if you look at right here, because I'm putting it right below, he takes the bump, and then, for anyone that's ever watched the WWE, okay? Think of the Undertaker when he comes in and he lets his eyes roll back behind his head. That's the fucking look he has right now.
He looks crazy.
Eyes rolling back of that. Crazy.
This is on top of the other crazy look where his eyes are bulging out of his fucking head.
Okay? This is the man that the Jets allowed to pick the new GM. This is your head coach. Now I will say this about the New York Jets. Their defensive coordinator, Greg
Williams.
There you go.
Double G for a dose of genius.
I'm enjoying what I'm seeing with his, if you will, working with that defensive squad. But I want to see how he fares against the rest of the NFC East, specifically the Patriots. Because we know Greg Williams, he goes, AFC, thank you. Greg Williams goes head hunting.
He does. I think they're going to be great because he has safeties. If he has safeties, Greg Williams' defenses are good.
Yeah.
And he got Adams. Jamal Adams is a monster. And they got some other guy who's coming off an injury or whatever the case may be. But he's pretty good, too. I'm excited for the Jets. Excited for the Jets.
Jay Mosley.
Yeah, I mean, I think he works well. We had a linebacker who I was probably bigger than, Lamar Marshall. He was skinny. He was a skinny linebacker, and he had like 150 mind tackles.
Mosley did his thing in Baltimore, though.
C.J. Mosley is a problem. So I have no concern about C.J. Mosley. I wanted C.J. Mosley on my team. He spurned us.
I wanted
C.J. Mosley. But whatever, you know what I'm saying? Baltimore, they know what they're doing. Get the fuck out of here. We'll pay somebody else.
Yeah.
But whatever the case may be.
I want to see how they match up when they go up against New England because, not for nothing, Miami and Buffalo ain't going to be shit this year.
Yeah. Buffalo, they got Buffalo picking first next year in all mock drafts. They got the Redskins picking third. I don't think that's too far off either. Yeah.
We'll see what happens on
Especially
that one.
if that 2 interception shit keep popping up.
All right. So that pretty much wraps up the NFL preseason, right?
Right. For week 1. You know, nobody cares about that shit.
All right. I mean, we got more games on Saturday, but, you know, what the fuck?
Let's get into the Mets
Hold
first
up.
and then go to the Rich Paul.
Okay. So the New York Mets. The motherfucking Mets. I'm sorry, Mets. Mets. Okay. They on fire.
They on fire. 15 out of 16?
Hold up. No. They are 17-6 since the All-Star break. Have won 12 of their last 13 games. Now, granted, with the exception of the short 2-game series against Minnesota, they have been feasting on the runts of the league.
Well, Minnesota been hitting the ball out the park. They've been going crazy.
Minnesota's pitching is suspect right now.
It is.
But bottom line is you got to win the games you're supposed to win.
And they've been doing it.
Stroman already pitched. Those of you who don't know, Marcus Stroman, they got him in the trade with Toronto a couple weeks back. He already did well in his first debut for the Mets since being traded. He got a big task against the Nationals this weekend. Mets are probably doing their thing. If they catch the Braves, wait to be seen. Maybe they just make the wild card, but the fact that they on this fucking hot run, pretty fucking impressive.
It is very impressive. Like I was telling you before, if your grandparents are, born here and raised here, they're Mets fans.
Probably.
And
former Dodger fans.
Yeah, former Dodger
they're
fans.
Mets fans
exactly.
now. Yeah.
That's how it goes.
Yeah.
That's how it goes.
Yeah.
They're former Dodger fans. They're Mets fans now. They were rooting for Hojo and Darryl Strawberry and fucking Doc Gooden and going crazy.
But I'll tell you what's funny, though. Any Met game I've ever gone to where they're playing the Dodgers, there are more Dodger fans in the fucking stands than Met fans.
There are.
Right.
That's the way it goes.
All right. So, quick run on this bullshit rule that the NCAA handed down. You got to know it's targeted against Rich Paul. Okay? Now, I'm not a Rich Paul fan for obvious reasons. LeBron, the whole fire in the wall shit.
They're not obvious reasons. They're your reasons.
This bullshit, it's not just my reason. Other people don't like him for that reason, too. But this whole shit NCAA handed down is bullshit. Plain and simple, okay? The simple fact is...
Hold on. Let me just read what they've changed.
Hit 'em.
All right. An underclassman can work with an agent and retain his eligibility should he decide to return to school, provided that the agent, A, has a bachelor's degree, B, he's been certified by the NBA-PA, that's the NBA Players Association, for the last 3 years, C, passes an in-person exam administered at the NCAA national office in Indianapolis. That's fucking outrageous.
It's bullshit.
If I want my fucking mom to represent me, oh well. That's my choice.
It's my business.
It's my business. What you want is NCAA approved agents that want you to sit, that want to represent you and sit there and tell you to go back to school so they can make more money off of your hard work.
There you go.
That's insanity. It's fucking racist. It's stupid, and it's out of touch with reality.
Yeah. Like him or not, Rich Paul has something that most young cats that have a bachelor's degree don't have. Experience. Okay? Experience pays the bill. I don't have a bachelor's degree. But you know what? I've been doing my job for damn near 19 years going on 20.
Can somebody come out of college and you not train them to do your job?
Fuck no.
Fuck no.
Okay? Well, maybe, but fuck
no. They can't do that. How you gonna deal with difficult tennis and shit?
You
nobody knows.
You ain't.
You can't do it. You gotta have the experience to do it.
It's called experience for a reason, okay? It's called life lessons, life skills. You ain't gonna bachelor's degree ain't gonna give you that. Bachelor's degree gonna tell you what was in the fucking book.
That's
the
it.
The book is not life.
The book only covers 10% of what it is you gotta learn to be in the rule. I'm not a Rich Paul fan, really, but he's getting people paid, so I like that.
Big time.
Like that.
$170 million for Ben Simmons, who ain't got no jump shot.
Yeah.
All right.
This all comes from this dude Darius Beasley, who decided that he was gonna uncommit, or is it decommit or uncommit, whatever.
Same shit.
From Syracuse to go play in the G League and get paid there, and he signed $1 million deal with New Balance. And he still got picked in the first round.
Oh, by the way,
kudos to you.
Does New Balance have a basketball shoe?
No,
right,
not that I know of.
Thank you.
But they do have your man, Braid here.
Yeah, they do.
They have that guy.
And here's the other thing we need to pay attention
Leonard,
to.
by the way.
Here's the other thing we need to pay attention to. You got more and more of these young kids coming out of high school that instead of committing to college, they go on to play ball in Australia.
As they should.
Okay?
Because they want money.
Bingo. They get
want
paid.
Money. They don't want you earning off of their hard sweat and tears.
NCAA better wake up, realize they need to figure out a pay scale for all their athletes right now. Because guess what? If I'm a college student and I blow out my fucking knee tomorrow,
what's to stop? Where am I at now?
Are you guaranteeing my scholarship to the end of the 4 years? Hell no, because you know what? I'm worthless to you now.
And let me tell you something. If it's a good pay scale, you'll get more money from these guys. There's only a certain few that can leave after year number 1 and actually do something.
And why should I not profit off of my fucking signature? If I'm a star player and I'm projected to go to the NFL or the NBA or Major League Baseball, why shouldn't I not profit off of my signature?
Listen,
NCAA need to fucking wake up.
The thing that taught me, the thing that really shook me up was I was already getting to there. I was already getting to you got to pay the players because I was a non-pay the players type of guy. I was like, fuck that. They have stipends. They have all of this shit. So I was on that shit.
I was on that level
but
too.
But then when I heard that the boosters were paying 13 G's a year to sit with Johnny Manziel at a table, and he didn't get no money off of that.
1-3.
Ridiculous. That right there. And then I started watching. I watched Vice. By the way, if you don't watch Vice, you're crazy. Vice is the best news show ever.
It's a good one.
Vice Sports went in and started, get an hour-long presentation about it. And I was like, yeah, these guys are getting robbed, man. They're getting robbed. You can't keep doing this. Now I understand not every sport makes money. I understand not every school makes money. But the ones that do, everybody needs to spread the wealth. All right? It has to be that, but that's why I don't know how to, legalize the whole paying.
It's not about legalizing. It's figure it the fuck out.
Yeah,
okay?
I don't understand
Get
how you want
someone
to figure it out.
smarter than you that knows about economics, knows about pay scales and all that shit, knows about pay rates, knows about value of the sport, and get them to fucking figure out a pay scale for your players.
Well, I know one thing that's not going to work. You can't just say, because you nice, then you need to get paid the most. It's not professional sports.
No, it ain't.
It's not professional sports. This is a minor league sport.
It's development league.
Find a way to pay everybody. Because there's some guys that suck. But you telling me the main guy needs to get the money? How do you know that that's the main guy?
There you go.
You have no idea. So, whatever the case may be.
Your coaches get multi-million-dollar deals. And
can leave and not suffer penalties and shit.
Go.
How is it you can transfer schools, but you got to sit out a year? That's fucking ridiculous.
Thank you.
NCAA, you need to do better, man.
Wake the fuck up. All right. So, heroes and zeros. You got a couple of heroes. I'm going to lead into a zero right now. My zero is any Cowboy fan calling into radio shows right now, calling Ezekiel Elliott a traitor and unloyal to Cowboy Nation. Let me tell you something right now. Look, I was on this show the other day telling everyone that Zeke got 2 years left on his contract, and sometimes you need to eat it up. He's making more than Emmett was in his third year of the league. But guess what? The league has set it up that you can renegotiate at this time. And given that we know NFL also stands for not for long, why shouldn't Ezekiel Elliott get paid? Why shouldn't he sit out? Why should he maximize the best of his fucking years so he gets paid the most?
He's been the top yards earner for 2 out of the 3 years he's been in the league. And the only reason why he didn't get in 3 years is because they suspended him on some bullshit.
Bullshit suspension.
On some bullshit.
Never got arrested, never got charged with anything.
Never got nothing.
Now, granted, no one here is condoning violence against women, because that's what that all boils down to on that suspension. That's not what this is about. But the man is the best running back in the league right now. I'm a Giants fan. I want Saquon Barkley to overtake him, and maybe it'll happen.
And we hate Zeke Elliott, but fair is fair.
I don't like the Cowboys.
Fair is fair.
Fair is fair. The man needs to get paid. Pay the fucking man. I got the Cowboys going 10-6 without Ezekiel Elliott, but you know what? Every fucking person I've heard calling in to ESPN Radio, WFAN, that's it. That's WFAN is New York, because that's where we at. Every fucking Cowboy fan calling in, calling him a traitor and unloyal, y'all full of shit, okay? Because if you were in Zeke's shoes, you'd want to get fucking paid. You know why? Because that's your fucking body on the line. That's your knees. That's your fucking legs. That's your body. That's your life.
Where are y'all when they cut people before the contract runs out? Where are you then?
Thank you.
Where are you then?
Okay? Zeke needs to get paid. He needs to get paid right motherfucking now.
If you were the Cowboys GM, would you pay him?
I would pay him like he was the fucking last coming of Jesus.
I tell him to go eat a dick. Nah. I'm not giving you shit. You got 2 years here.
I'm paying him.
I'm not paying that nigga nothing. I'm not paying him nothing. And I'll tell you why. Because I'm a shrewd guy. Now, do I think the fan in me, he deserves to be paid?
That's where I'm coming. I'm coming from the fan.
I didn't ask you that. I said if you are the GM of the Cowboys.
You know what then?
That's what I said.
Then I'm putting a stipulation there. If you step a toe out of line, you getting cut and you forfeiting the contract.
Fair enough. I'm not paying him $1. I'm saying, listen, Zeke, you have 2 years left with us. You can't live the lifestyle you live now, and we're not gonna trade you. So you're gonna just sit there and just incur all of these fines and all of that shit until you come back. And that's the way it is.
Now, if I'm Zeke, though, I'm not fucking going down to Cabo. Okay? If I want to show good faith that I deserve to be paid, all right? You know what's down in Cabos? Titties.
Yeah. He's a titty-feeling, drinking-ass motherfucker. So you go feel on titties and drink and spend your money, and we're going to keep fining you because you have this contract. Because of fucking DeMaurice Smith and the bullshit-ass contract that y'all signed up for.
The CBA.
It's bullshit, man.
Speaking about
big changes need to be had.
Speaking about taking a drink.
Yeah. Jesus Christ.
There you go.
We're not gonna post this until Monday, evidently.
I ain't gonna be that hungover, man.
All right, so let me get into my hero. My first hero was Damon Sheehy Giuseppe. Giuseppe. I was happy for him. Everybody, piling up on him and being happy for that dude who did his thing, who lied to get into the league, but whatever. You know what?
It worked for him.
It's a positive story.
It absolutely is.
My second hero is Sonny Jurgensen. Shout out to you, Sonny Jurgensen.
Sonny,
I've listened to you many a times. Hold on a second. Hold on. Jesus Christ, Dave. Sonny Jurgensen, I've listened to you for years on the Redskins network when I'm on the road. I can't actually watch the game. It doesn't happen often, but it does happen. Life.
Shit happens.
You can't watch the game every week. I try to. I normally do, but sometimes I don't. But I listen to the Sonny Jurgensen, and you keep it real. You keep it honest. I appreciate all these years of service you did. 1983 Hall of Famer.
You
number
the
9.
7 years he spent with Philly?
Fuck Philly. I understand you in 7 years with Philly. They drafted you. Kudos to you on that one. It is what it is. It's like Clinton Portis.
Yeah.
Somebody else drafted you, but you are a Redskin.
Yes.
You're a Redskin, man. And I love you, man. Shout out to you, buddy.
Right off into the sunset, Sonny.
Right off to the sunset. Do your thing. Enjoy your great grandkids, baby.
All right, baby. That's it for now. Obviously, if Antonio Clown does anything, we're going to be back ranting about that shit. But until then,
week 3.
Always.
Wait a second. Week 3 of the preseason, we'll be back, regardless of what happens, because that's the real shit.
Okay. So we're going to take a week off. Week 3, we'll be back. As always, he's Dave.
He's Dave.
This was another motherfucking Sports Rant. Thank you for watching.
Holla.
Peace.
Peace.